Okay, you can come out now.
This better be good.
Mom.
What have you done?
Wow. What, did you suddenly get musical on me, Mom?
What, did you buy a piano? Holly, this is amazing. Do you know, this is exactly like the piano I was raised on?
Oh, wait a minute. You better call the movers. You've got a gouge.
What did you do? What have you done? That was me.
You? What do you mean?
I did that. My father caught me drinking a beer. I was about 21, 22. You're not supposed to drink beer or any alcohol in my father's house. And he got very mad, and I must have sassed him or something, and he surprised me. Before I knew it, he slapped me right across the face, hit me so hard I fell against the bench and ripped open a tendon.
Wow.
Holly.
This was Adam Thorpe's piano?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where'd you find it, Mom?
Yeah.
In a second-hand store on Jackson Street.
But how did you know? How did you know?
Look. Where is this? From here. Roger Thorpe.
Oh, wow. Look at your handwriting. It's so different. Look at homeroom.
What? What's the matter?
Well, why didn't he take the stuff with him, you know? When he sold the piano or whatever. I mean, why didn't he send it to me? But I guess he did, didn't he? He did send it to me. Through you. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Come here. Oh, Holly. Wow. Whew. And then goes on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Dad, I didn't know you could play so well.
I don't know, I remembered it.
Gosh, I did music in school, and it just went in one ear and out the other.
Okay, we're going to take care of that right now. Come on over here, sit down beside me, darling, and we're going to do a little heart and soul, père et fille. Come on. I know you know it. Right?
No. I'm going to mess
Get
this
out of here. Come on.
Mom, you play.
Uh-oh, big guns. The big guns are being brought out. Do you remember this?
I remember everything.
Okay, now remember, you have to take your time on this, right?
Okay.
Beautiful. It's all right.
What's the matter?
Honey, we're not that bad.
I did it.
Sweetie, what was you?
It was me. I mean, I did it. And I'm not sorry that I did, because this is right. You and Dad, you should be sitting there at the piano, and you should be playing together.
What did you do? We don't understand it.
You know, I wasn't going to leave you there. I swear to you. I thought that if you stayed there long enough, you would just get over being mad at each other, and that's
Sweetie,
why I did it,
sweetie,
and I did
take
it.
us along on your little journey here. We really don't understand anything that you're saying.
It wasn't Eve who locked you in the lab vault together. It was me. Oh, good, you're here.
Where else would I be at this time of night? I'm an engaged man.
I know, and I love you that way.
Take off your coat, honey. Stay a while.
Yeah. Listen, how hard would it be to get an injunction against Billy Lewis?
So what?
To keep him from shooting my father again.
Well, it certainly could be done, but if Billy is determined to go after Roger again, an injunction's certainly not going to stop him.
Well, so I'll hire Frank to tail Billy.
Let's pretend for a minute that that's a good idea. How are you going to pay for that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll borrow money from a friend. There's got to be somebody out there willing to help me.
You're saying if I don't pay for it, I'm not your friend?
Oh, I'm saying that all I'm trying to do is save my father's life, and you're worried about how much it's going to cost you?
Honey, I'm sorry. I know how disappointed you get when I can't afford to make the grand gesture.
You call keeping somebody from shooting my father a grand gesture?
Honey, let's not make this a test of my love for you, all right? Just listen to me for just a minute, all right? Please?
Okay.
I firmly believe that Roger is in a better position to defend himself from Billy Lewis than we are. When you think about it, all he has to do is tell the police about Peter.
Yes, but that's it. He won't do that. He's trying to protect Peter.
I
I mean,
won't.
think about what happens if the press gets a hold of the fact that Billy Lewis's adopted son is really Roger Thorpe's grandson. He just wants to make sure that Peter doesn't get hurt. At his own expense, too.
How very noble of the man.
What other reason could he possibly have for not telling the world why Billy Lewis wants him dead?
Maybe Holly's working miracles with the guy, huh?
Why do you always have to be so skeptical and suspicious all the time?
Not always. Not skeptical anymore with you. Since I realized how much I love you. I know. For purely selfish reasons, I do not want to deplete my meager resources, honey. Now, I'm saving up my pennies for a wedding. Not to mention a honeymoon. I can't imagine.
They sat on the bench together and they played heart and soul. Oh, this is great. Actually, he wanted to teach me, but I said no. They should go ahead.
Teach you. You know how to play heart and soul on the piano. Everybody does.
Well, no, I don't. Actually, I was never taught. You know, I used to be really jealous of the other girls at prep school because their fathers would come and visiting days and they would all, play duets together.
All of them?
Well, that's how it seemed to me. Of course, not that I hung out on the lounge as much on visiting day because nobody ever came to visit me.
Ever?
You're so literal, Ross. Hardly ever, okay? Of course, I didn't get cheated because I waited for them all to go off and play their games, and I used to get the janitor to come sit with me on the bench, and I would fiddle around on the keyboards, and he thought I was pretty good. Of course, then again, he couldn't play.
That's really pathetic.
Well, Harry was a very sweet man. He had about 6 kids of his own. Ross, wait a minute. Let's not get off the subject. Which is, listen, my mom and dad were normal tonight. I mean, absolutely normal. And if this keeps up, I think that they have a chance of being happy together.
Well, goody. If they're being happy means the rest of us can be happy, I'm all for it. Sure it wasn't Jimmy Stewart impersonating your father?
You know what? I'm not even going to get mad at you for that because you were not there and you didn't see it. Because if you did, this would be a man that we all would want to know. I mean, this would be a man that you wouldn't even mind sharing our holidays with. He belongs at our wedding.
I know that it's natural for you to want that, sweetheart.
But
But I wish that you would focus more on our lives and less on theirs.
Here we go. Ross, you're the most important thing in the world to me. Come here. Wait a minute. You're the center of my life. And if you have any doubt about that at all, I intend to prove it to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. As soon as I know my father's safe.
I hope that doesn't mean waiting for Billy to be put away for attempted murder, because frankly, that may not happen.
Yeah, but something has to give. I mean, we have to resolve this so we can go on with our lives.
I'm gonna brush my teeth.
Detective Cutter, please. Yeah, this is Blake Thorpe. Listen, I have to make this very quick. I need to see you first thing in the morning. No, all I can say is that I have very critical information to tie up the case against Billy Lewis. Oh, great,
Hi.
Frank. I'm glad I caught you.
I was just on my way out.
Listen, I really need your help. Hi, Julie. Oh, Marina, my gosh, you've gotten so big.
What's up? Why do you need my help?
Billy Lewis is still out on bail, and I'm really afraid he's going to go after my father again. Now, I know how you feel about him, but Frank, my father is still a target. So I want to hire you to protect him. Now, I can't afford to pay you a lot, but Frank, we've gone back a long way.
Like, I know that. Just to slow down here a second. Even though, all right, Billy Lewis may have gone out of his mind the night of Minnie Lewis's engagement party and maybe even really did shoot your father, don't you think he's had enough time to cool down?
Well, there's more to it than that, Frank. I really can't go into it right now. Oh, please don't turn me down.
Look, you're really putting me on the spot.
Frank, I don't know where else to go. I just went to the police station to try to talk to Detective Cutter, but he's not there. In fact, I left the number here.
Look, I gotta get out of here before Lainey comes back. I want to get her a, really nice Valentine's Day present. So, I'll tell you what, maybe you can come with me, help me pick something out. What do you think? I mean, we could talk along the way.
Okay. What do you want to get her?
Well, something really nice, something different, something beautiful, really special. Do you know a place like that?
Yes. It's on Jackson. It's not very far from here.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. Julie, I'm out of here, and thanks again, okay? And make sure that Lainey gets that envelope, right?
Right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Marina, see you, sweetheart. Be a good girl. What could your mother possibly have gotten in this place right here?
Actually, she got an old piano that used to belong to my grandfather, and my father played on it when he was a little boy. He's totally knocked out over it. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything from my family that's here I could get for Ross as a Valentine's Day gift. What's the matter? Okay.
But that's why.
Dusty, what are you doing in here?
I work here.
Since when?
Since today.
What? You look, well.
Well, thank you. I feel well. Getting my life all in order.
I heard that you're living at Harley and Mallett's place?
Yes, temporarily, and getting back on my feet financially so that I can pay back all my debt as I vowed I would.
Oh, that's great. Good for you.
So, what can I do for you then?
Well, actually, I'm here to find a Valentine's Day present for my wife, and Blake suggested I come to this place because it has some unusual things.
Well, she's absolutely right. Have you ever been here before, Blake?
No, but my mother was in here, and she bought a piano that belonged to my grandfather, Adam Thorpe.
Polly Lindsay, right?
Yeah, are you Dottie?
One and only.
Listen, do you have any other pieces that came as part of that same consignment?
No, not offhand, but I could check my records.
Fabulous. Can I go back and look
Sure.
around?
Oh, let me know if you need any help.
We'll be fine.
I'm going to see if there's anything good for Elaine.
Okay.
Well, Frank, since I know Eleni just a little bit, perhaps there's something I could suggest.
Okay.
I know. What about some beautiful antique earrings?
Oh, I don't know, Jenna. I mean, she's got so many.
I understand. You don't want something that's simply unique. You need it to be unique in its own field as well.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that.
Well, what about this? What about, it's an inkwell. It's rather sweet and delicate, and she can use it, or she could just have it as an ornament.
Oh, that's nice. I just don't know if that's something I would give her. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it does. You need to have an affinity with a gift that you're giving someone you love. There was something around here I thought had great possibilities. I wonder where I put it. Let me see. Oh, yes, this is it. Now, it needs a bit of polishing, but I think once it's all shiny, it'll be very beautiful. It's quite sweet, isn't it?
Yeah. It's nice. Oh, man, that's a pretty hefty price.
Well, it's solid silver. I priced it myself.
I'm afraid, Jenna, that's way over my limit, though.
Well, since you're a first-time customer, maybe we could take 10% off, for goodwill.
What about the scratches here? It's got a lot of dents.
Gives it a lot of character. People pay a lot of money for character, Frank.
I see. So I guess the more dents there are, the more expensive it is.
Half price.
Deal. Thank you.
I'm always a sucker for men that are crazy about their wives. Do you like Frank's present that he picked?
Yes, I like it. This is a link.
Yeah, well, I gotta say that, well, Jenna picked it out.
Oh, no. Frank looked at lots of different items, and he knew exactly what he wanted when he saw it.
Look at what I found. Look at this. This is my grandfather's actual shaving set. This is incredible. It's perfect for us. Now, there were 2 prices, and Dottie's letting me pay the lower one.
Oh, I must have forgotten to take off the old price. So I guess our loss is your gain.
I guess so. Frank, that's perfect. That will match Eleni's silver brush set.
I know, it sure will.
Well, if you'll excuse me, this is my new uniform that I must go and put on.
Frank, I don't mean to be pushy, but if you really want to thank me for taking you here, you can help me protect my father. Hold that thought. You found me.
It wasn't hard, so what'd you want to talk to me about?
Billy Lewis should not be out on bail because he's going to go after my father again.
Well, the judge set the bail.
Without knowing all the facts. Listen, Billy has something that belongs to my father and my brother, Hart. And he would do anything to make sure that my family didn't get it back.
Well, what are we talking about here? A piece of property, a company?
We're talking about a baby. We're talking about Billy Lewis's youngest son, Peter.
Here, Mom, I want to show you something before Lainey gets here.
What?
I got her a Valentine's Day present.
Oh.
What do you think, huh?
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, she's gonna love that. You're so sweet. Oh,
Thanks.
I love this. Look at this. Let me see the back. She's gonna really adore this. You know, Dylan, this is really nice, but we were supposed to just be out for ice cream.
Hey, it's Valentine's Day.
Well, shouldn't we be getting back? Detective Cutter's going to be wondering where
Forget
we are.
about him. Guy's starting to get on my nerves.
Well, what does he want with Billy?
Beats me. Billy wants to take Vanessa out to lunch. That's his business.
Well, it's Cutter's business if Billy decides to take Vanessa out to lunch in Spain. Look, Billy hasn't done anything stupid, has he?
No. Of course not. Why would he?
Okay. Nadine, here you go.
What's this?
This is from the gentleman in the gray jacket here.
Thank you.
Sure.
Good evening.
Thank you for the drink.
My pleasure.
Who should I be thanking?
Paul Hartman, with a D, not a T. My friends call me Paul. At least they used to.
Oh, Nadine Cooper.
Happy Valentine's Day. You know, I was hoping I could have a drink with you.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you, Mr. Hartman.
Paulie.
Paulie. But actually, I would love to have a drink with you. Thank you.
Frankie, so how's everything going?
All right, I guess. I just don't know what happened to my wife.
Ooh. Well, I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, thanks.
Sure.
So much for my big surprise.
Happy Valentine's Day, Frank.
Oh, you too, Flake.
Hi, Bridget.
Hi.
Listen, I know we haven't talked much. I mean, it's not like we really bonded or anything. I would really like to change that. Because maybe if we had been closer, you could have come to me when my brother left town.
Come to you for what?
I just mean that if I had been friendlier, you would have told me about the baby.
Boy, I'm a little overwhelmed. All these offers for help about a year too late. Frankly, Blake, I don't feel close to your brother anymore at all.
Well, I just want you to know that you could come to me for anything you would have come to my brother for if you were here.
Well, you know, it is interesting that you say that because I do need some help. But not from you, from Ross.
Ross, what was so urgent that you had to call back?
Well, I had 3 phone calls on my service, all of them from Bridget.
Well, my wife, Cheryl, she gave me the heave-ho about 13 years ago. How about you?
Oh, it's kind of a long story.
I'm listening.
Well, my husband was MIA in Vietnam for so long that even though he wasn't legally dead, our marriage was.
Excuse me, ready to go home? Mom?
He's your son.
Oh, yeah, he just looks a little older in a tuxedo. Thank you very much, honey, but Mr. Hardman here has already offered me a lift home. Let me introduce you. Paulie, this is my son,
We've
Frank
met.
Cooper.
I wouldn't suggest wasting your time with this guy.
Frankie?
No, I saw him pushing around Jenna Bradshaw earlier today.
Well, I hardly think that this would be the first time that Jenna Bradshaw had somebody get mad at her. Anyway, we're going to move on. And if we see Elenia, I'll give her a boot, tell her to come over.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Mr. Hartman. With a D, not a T. Good to find.
The guy over there looks awfully familiar.
Someone in politics?
No, I'm afraid not. I think it's somebody I may have sent to jail.
Then I hope he doesn't recognize you, Ross.
So, Bridget, what's with all the phone calls? Are you in some kind of trouble?
Well, no, I'm not, but someone I care a lot about is. I think I might need a lawyer. You're the only lawyer I know, and we know a lot of the same people, and I just want to know that whatever I say here is going to be left here.
Well, Bridget, I don't know if I'll be able to help you, but I'll certainly keep your confidence.
This includes Blake, too. I mean, I don't feel comfortable discussing this stuff in front of Roger Thorpe's daughter.
Boy, I wish I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Blake, look, it's not anything about you, okay? It's just, there are way too many people in this town that know too much about my business. I mean, I found out today that Detective Cutter knows where Peter came from.
I will go powder my nose.
Is an adoption still legal if one of the adoptive parents is suddenly gone?
I assume you're talking about Billy going to jail for shooting Roger?
That and other things.
Bridget, the police only have Roger's word that Billy shot him.
They also know that the baby that Billy is raising is Roger's grandson. I mean, that seems like a good reason for Billy to want Roger out of the way, huh?
Yeah, great. Well, there's the motive the Cutter needs.
Oh, he was by the house earlier looking for Billy. Billy wasn't there. I think he skipped bail.
No. Why would he? His whole family is around here.
Well, what if the whole family wasn't around here?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
When do you two go out in public? Do you enjoy being notoriously?
We're celebrating.
The Spauldings have dropped all charges against your father in connection with his takeover of the company last year. He's a free man.
Dad, how did you manage that?
Well, just a little negotiating.
Yeah, dropping his vendetta against Billy Lewis didn't hurt.
Oh, that's incredible. Does this mean that my little nephew stays at the Lewis's?
Just for the time being.
What do you mean Billy's family is not around? Is there something else you need to tell me?
Vanessa took off with Peter.
Must be a misunderstanding. Billy and Vanessa's marriage is solid as they come.
There's a note that Vanessa wrote to Josh. Doesn't matter how I got it, all the information's in there. So now do you understand why I'm asking you all these questions? If Billy's drinking again, he's an alcoholic, isn't he?
For several years, he's been in recovery, yes.
Well, it seems like he's not recovering from anything now. I know the adoption that I agreed to is final. Ross, I'm scared for Peter. I know how tough it can be living with an alcoholic. I mean, I know how tough it was for my Uncle Ed and Aunt Maureen. I just can't stand the thought of a man raising my son that I can't trust.
He blackmailed you, didn't he, Dad? Billy Lewis shot you, and now he's got you practically apologizing.
Just a minute. Nobody's apologizing for anything.
Well, it certainly seems like he's going to get
There
away
are
with it.
trade-offs. That's for sure. But gaining my freedom is certainly worth more than pursuing this age-old grudge match. It has to stop somewhere, Chrissy, and thankfully, I'm still around to be the one to do it.
Be happy, honey.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to follow this. You're not going to do anything about Peter? Fabulous. So I kind of went out on a limb with Detective Cutter for nothing then.
What limb did you go out on with Detective Cutter?
Never mind. Listen, if Billy doesn't go to jail, it's one less thing I have to apologize to Ross for.
How is your fiancé tonight?
Well, we started out together, but apparently Bridget Reardon doesn't trust Roger Thorpe's daughter.
Oh, I have to make a quick phone call. I'll be right back.
Hello? Good evening.
Is there any way I can get Peter back if I had to? Without involving his father so that Roger couldn't get into it?
I don't know. I would have to look into it because these days adoption laws are changing almost by a case-by-case basis. But my educated guess is Billy's drinking problem is not enough for a court to overturn an adoption.
What if he were a convicted criminal?
Well, he's not. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Well, it's also a possibility, and I certainly wouldn't blame Billy if he shot Roger.
Bridget, you have to consider what you're suggesting. Now, you made a decision and you willingly put your baby up for adoption, even chose the parents, and then you let the 2 waiting periods expire without challenging. And now you're talking about upsetting the lives of everybody concerned.
The only life I'm concerned with is Peter's. It seems to me like he should have some rights, regardless of what mistakes or decisions I made.
I'm just trying to let you know how a judge might see this. I say you don't want the baby's father involved, but that means you're going to go to these proceedings with nothing new, and you're going to face quite a battle. You have to ask yourself, how far are you willing to take it?
Well, I guess that's going to depend on if the Lewises are able to provide my baby with the kind of home he deserves.
I wonder what Bridget is conferring with Ross about.
I don't know. But if I spoke to her, I'm sure it's about Peter. Well, I guess I'll just let you two be. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
You know, Dad, I kind of wanted to know what your plans were. I assume you're going back to the TV station, and where are you going to live?
I promise you'll be the first to know.
Honey, I'm sorry, we'll just be a couple minutes. Vanessa will not let the Lewis family fall apart. In fact, she and Billy have been through something like this before, and she always makes the right decision for her children. Now, even if you could overturn, which, as I say, I kind of doubt, do you think you'd really want to?
I don't know what I want, except I want my son to be happy and healthy and safe. Every time I've placed him, something major has come about that's changed everything. Billy divorced Nadine, and then he married Vanessa, and then he got thrown in jail, and then Vanessa ran off with him, and now he's drinking. Look, I placed my son with Billy because I thought the Lewises would provide the kind of home that my son really deserves and the kind of home that I can't give him. Okay, so what if Billy and Vanessa split up? And Vanessa keeps Peter. She won't let me see him.
Vanessa wouldn't do something like that.
Oh, that's what she said. Would me raising him alone be any worse?
It's a question only you can answer. But just don't make a decision this important based on one thing.
The only thing I'm basing this on is Peter.
Look, Bridget, if you're worried about whether or not Peter is still living in a safe and loving environment, my answer to that is yes, I think he is. I just don't think you can get alarmed about one mistake.
I'm only as alarmed as Vanessa is.
I've forgotten what you look like when you're happy.
I've forgotten what it was like to feel this happy.
Well, thank you, Ross, for all the advice. I guess I'll go get a cab.
I'll get one for you.
Oh, thanks.
Honey, I'll be right back. I gotta get
a little evasive when Blake asked you that question.
Well, I just decided to sleep on it.
Fair enough.